There are places on our planet that seem to exist outside of time. They are vast, silent, and hold secrets older than memory. The Tibetan Plateau is one such place. To stand here is to feel the world in its most elemental form. The air is thin, carrying the scent of rock and ice. The sky is a deep, impossible blue. It is a land that does not merely exist, it breathes. You feel its presence in the stillness, in the slow dance of clouds across the immense horizon. We have come here not to conquer, but to listen, to witness the quiet drama that unfolds far from the clamor of our modern world. The journey begins with an invitation, whispered on the wind. It is a call to leave the familiar behind. We ascend into a realm where the earth touches the heavens. The landscape unfolds slowly, a revelation with every upward turn. Rolling hills give way to jagged peaks. Green valleys fade into ochre deserts. This is not a gentle land. It is a place of extremes, where life must be resilient and resourceful. To travel here is to undertake a pilgrimage, to test the limits of one's own endurance while surrounded by a beauty so profound it feels almost sacred. It is a world of raw, untamed power. As we venture deeper, the scale of it all becomes almost overwhelming. Mountains rise like ancient gods, their faces carved by millennia of wind and frost. Their peaks are crowned with eternal snow, brilliant white against the cobalt sky. Valleys stretch out below, so wide they seem to contain entire universes. The sun casts long, dramatic shadows that move across the land like the hands of a giant clock. One feels incredibly small here, a fleeting observer in a geological epic. The silence is not an absence of sound, but a presence in itself, a deep and resonant quiet that seems to hold the wisdom of the ages. This is the real Tibet. It is a world hidden from most eyes, a sanctuary of stone and sky. It is not found in cities or guidebooks. It is discovered in the heart of the wilderness, in the patient observation of its rhythms. Here, the planet reveals its true face, unadorned and magnificent. The air is so clear that distances are deceptive. A mountain that appears just a short walk away might take days to reach. This land demands respect. It asks for stillness, for a willingness to simply be present. We are here to witness its wonders, to capture a glimpse of its hidden soul before it retreats once more into the mists. If you've enjoyed this journey into the heart of Tibet, subscribe to our channel for more breathtaking explorations and cinematic adventures. Join us as we continue to uncover the world's hidden wonders. The light in Tibet is unlike any other. At this altitude, the atmosphere is thin, and the sun's rays arrive unfiltered, painting the world in high contrast. Mornings begin with a soft, golden glow that spills over the eastern ridges. It touches the highest peaks first, setting them ablaze in fiery orange and rose. The light then creeps slowly down the mountain slopes, chasing away the deep purple shadows that linger in the valleys. Every rock, every blade of frost-covered grass is etched with breathtaking clarity. This daily spectacle is a slow, silent symphony of color, a performance that has played out countless times, yet feels entirely new each day. As the sun climbs higher, the landscape transforms. The soft morning hues give way to a brilliant, almost blinding intensity. The colors deepen. The earth glows in shades of rust, gold, and terracotta. Lakes appear as sapphire jewels, their surfaces so still they perfectly mirror the snow-capped mountains and the endless sky. The sheer purity of the light makes everything seem more vibrant, more alive. Shadows become sharp and defined, carving stark lines across the terrain. They reveal the texture of the land, The smooth sweep of a dune, the rough edge of a granite cliff, the intricate patterns of wind-blown snow. The afternoon brings another change as clouds begin to gather over the high peaks. They drift in like great white ships, their underbellies dark with the promise of a storm. Beams of sunlight pierce through the gaps, creating dramatic spotlights that move across the vast expanse. These shafts of light, known as crepuscular rays, illuminate a distant monastery or a herd of grazing animals, creating a scene of almost spiritual significance. The interplay of light and shadow is a constant dynamic dance. It is the land's own form of expression, a visual language that speaks of power, change, and enduring beauty. When evening descends, the world softens once more. The sun dips below the western horizon, and the sky becomes a canvas for the most extraordinary colors. Fiery reds and oranges bleed into soft pinks and lavenders. The snow on the mountains reflects this celestial fire, glowing as if lit from within. The shadows lengthen and merge, returning the land to a state of mystery. The incredible clarity of the day gives way to the deep, star-filled quiet of the night. Here, under a dome of glittering constellations, one can truly appreciate the immense, silent poetry of the Tibetan plateau. In this immense and often harsh landscape, life endures. It moves with a quiet grace, perfectly adapted to the challenges of altitude and cold. Here, we find the yak, a true icon of the high plateau. Its massive form is covered in a thick, shaggy coat that hangs almost to the ground, providing insulation against the biting winds and sub-zero temperatures. They move with a slow, deliberate strength, their heads lowered as they graze on the sparse vegetation. To see a herd moving across a snow-dusted plain is to witness a scene of ancient resilience. They are the silent sovereigns of this kingdom of rock and ice. Patience is a virtue when seeking out the more elusive inhabitants. Hidden among the crags, one might catch a glimpse of a parul, the Himalayan blue sheep. They are masters of camouflage, their slate-grey coats blending perfectly with the rocky slopes they call home. They move with an astonishing agility, leaping from ledge to ledge with a confidence that defies gravity. To watch them is to be reminded that survival here depends on a deep, instinctual connection to the terrain. They are a living part of the mountain itself, their movements as natural as falling stone or shifting snow. Higher still, in the realm of perpetual snow, lives a creature of almost mythical status, the snow leopard. It is a ghost, a whisper of a predator that moves unseen. Its thick, pale coat, patterned with dark rosettes, provides the perfect disguise against the snow and rock. Finding one requires immense luck and an even greater amount of patience. More often, one finds only its tracks, a line of prints in the snow, leading into the vast, silent emptiness. These signs are a reminder that even in this seemingly barren world, a powerful and mysterious life force is always present, watching from the shadows. Even the smaller creatures display remarkable fortitude. A tiny pika, a relative of the rabbit, darts between boulders, its cheeks full of grasses it has gathered for the long winter. High overhead, a lammergeier, or bearded vulture, soars on the thermal currents, its vast wingspan casting a fleeting shadow on the ground below. Each animal, from the largest herbivore to the smallest rodent, plays a role in this delicate high-altitude ecosystem. They are the true guardians of this wilderness, living symbols of the tenacity and beauty of life in one of the world's most extreme environments. Water is the lifeblood of this high plateau, carving its story into the ancient rock. It begins as ice, locked in the vast glaciers that cling to the mountain peaks. As the sun warms the frozen world, a transformation occurs. A single drop, then another, begins to melt. These droplets gather, forming tiny trickles that glisten on the surface of the ice. They flow together, their combined strength creating small streams that snake their way down the glacier's face. The sound is subtle at first, a gentle whisper, the first notes in a symphony that will grow in power as it descends. The streams merge, becoming torrents that tumble down the mountainsides. They are wild and untamed, their water a milky turquoise, rich with the sediment ground from the rocks by the glacier above. The sound grows louder now, a constant rushing roar that fills the narrow gorges. The water crashes over boulders, sending plumes of spray into the cold air. It is a display of raw, elemental energy. This is the water that will feed the great rivers of Asia, but here, at its source, it is still young, fierce, and pure. It speaks of creation, of the relentless force of nature that shapes the very bones of the earth. As the river reaches the wider valleys, its character changes. The frantic energy of the highlands gives way to a more measured pace. The water spreads out, meandering in intricate braids across the gravel plains. Here, the river's song becomes a gentle murmur, a soothing sound that harmonizes with the wind. Its clear waters reflect the sky, creating a ribbon of blue that winds through the golden landscape. In the quiet morning hours, when the air is perfectly still, you can hear the soft bubbling of the current and the gentle lapping of water against the shore. It is a sound of peace, of life-giving sustenance in a dry land. In winter, the river falls silent. A deep freeze descends upon the plateau, and the water is stilled. The surface freezes over, trapping the current beneath a thick layer of ice. Snow blankets the riverbanks, muffling all sound. The world becomes a study in white and grey, a place of deep, profound quiet. But even in this frozen state, the river is not dead. It is merely resting, gathering its strength. Beneath the ice, the water still flows, a hidden pulse in the heart of the sleeping land, waiting for the return of the sun to sing its song once more. The wind is a constant companion on the Tibetan plateau. It is a powerful, shaping force, an invisible artist that sculpts the landscape. It rises in the vast, open spaces, gathering speed as it funnels through mountain passes. You hear its approach before you feel it, a low moan that grows into a powerful roar. It scours the rock faces, polishing them smooth over millennia. It carries sand and grit, using them as tools to carve intricate patterns into the softer stone. To stand in its path is to feel the raw, untamed power of the atmosphere, a force that is both creative and destructive. In the high valleys, the wind tells stories. It whispers through the sparse blades of grass, creating a sound like a sigh. It howls around the jagged peaks, its voice echoing off the canyon walls. Each sound is distinct, a different verse in the long poem of the plateau. Sometimes it carries the scent of distant snowfields, at other times, the dry, dusty smell of the plains. Closing your eyes and listening, you can almost imagine the journeys it has taken, the vast distances it has traveled across this empty quarter of the world. It is the breath of the land itself, a constant reminder of its wildness. The wind also brings change. It drives the clouds across the sky, transforming a clear day into a brewing storm in a matter of minutes. It whips the snow into blinding blizzards, erasing the horizon and turning the world into a swirling vortex of white. In these moments, survival depends on finding shelter, on respecting the wind's immense power, but it also brings clarity. After a storm has passed, The wind scours the air clean, leaving behind a sky of impossible depth and stars that seem close enough to touch. It is an agent of both chaos and purification. There is a unique silence that follows the wind. When the roaring finally subsides, the quiet that descends is profound. It is a silence filled with echoes, with the memory of the wind's passing. In this stillness, every other sound is amplified. The crunch of your own footsteps on the gravel, the distant cry of a bird, the steady beat of your own heart. It is in these moments of quiet that one feels the true scale and majesty of the plateau. The wind has swept the world clean, leaving behind a sense of peace and a deep, resonant solitude that sinks into your very soul. To stand alone in the heart of the Tibetan wilderness is to experience a profound sense of solitude. It is not the loneliness of isolation, but the deep connection that comes from being a small part of something immense and eternal. Here, beneath a boundless sky, the concerns of the everyday world fall away. There is only the vastness of the land, the slow passage of time, and the rhythm of your own breathing. The silence is a comforting blanket, and the sheer scale of the landscape offers a unique kind of freedom. You are an observer, a witness to a world that exists on its own terms. The sky above is an ocean of its own, a dome of infinite space that changes with every hour. During the day, it is a brilliant, piercing blue, so deep it feels as though you could fall into it. At night, it becomes a spectacle of cosmic wonder. With no city lights to pollute the darkness, the stars emerge with an incredible, fierce brightness. The Milky Way spills across the heavens, not as a faint smudge, but as a thick, glittering river of light. Meteors streak across the darkness, their fleeting trails a reminder of the dynamic, ever-changing universe. It is a humbling and awe-inspiring sight. This feeling of being alone with the elements is the true secret of Tibet. It is a state of being that cannot be captured in a photograph or described adequately in words. It must be felt. It is the feeling of the cold, clean air in your lungs. It is the warmth of the sun on your face after a frigid night. It is the sense of timelessness that comes from watching a glacier that has been moving for centuries. In this solitude, you are not an intruder, but a welcome guest in a kingdom of natural grandeur, invited to simply stand and look and feel. As we leave this place, we carry its silence and its immensity with us. The memory of the wind, the light, and the vast empty spaces remains etched in the mind. This land asks for nothing but to be left as it is, a sanctuary for the wild and a testament to the enduring power of our planet. To have stood here, even for a moment, is to be changed. It is to understand our own place in the world in a new way, to feel a part of the great, silent, breathing life of the earth. The call of the high plateau will echo within us, a reminder of the hidden wonders that still exist, waiting in the quiet places.